All right, you guys, this warm-up is what I want you to do every single time that you go into the gym. So I'm going to provide for you 3 workouts a week. 1 of them you'll do with me, and 2 of them you'll do on your own. If you decide to go into the gym on the other days of the week, that's totally fine. Maybe you would like to go on the treadmill or the elliptical and just, do 30 minutes or an hour or watch a whole movie on one of those machines. That's totally fine. But I want you to do this warm-up that we're going to do together right here with before each of those. And then also the cool downs that we had done together. I want you to do the cool downs afterwards as well. So first is going to start off with 10 leg swings. You want to find something that is going to help you hold on to them. So we're going to do swings side to side. So notice how the foot that's planted is going to be straight versus like turned out. And when I move my foot to the side, you should be feeling the stretch on the side, like where your buns are. Notice that I'm not twisting through my body, but you can get a little bit more of a twist, but not too much. We don't want to go so crazy like we're kicking a ball. Then do 10 on the other side as well, 10 side to side this way. After we do 10 side to side each leg, we're going to do 10 forward and backward. So up and down, forward and backward. 10 on each side. Notice that I want to bring my leg up as high as I can, only to feel a good stretch. So if I go down here and I don't feel a stretch, I want to try to get higher. I don't want to bend my leg though at the top. I want to try to keep it straight to get my good stretch. From there, we're going to go over the fence, under the fence. So remember, pretend there's a fence right here. We're going to bring this leg up and over, and then we're going to bring this other leg up and over. So again, if you really needed to hold on to something, we can go up and over, and then up and over, right? So we'll do also 10 of those per leg. I want you to try to reach as high as we can. So you see how high my knee is. What we want to avoid is just going sideways without raising that knee up. All right, so next is going to be a bend and reach. So we're going to have a wide foot here. I'm going to have you touch the floor in front of your toes, reach up, get a good stretch out of that reach, rock side to side. Then we're going to go to the center of your feet and then touch, reaching over your head, and then go behind your heels to get a good stretch behind your feet. And then again, really try to stretch out those arms. Notice I'm not keeping them really round, rock side to side. I want you to do that 3 touch and reach 3 times. So that's 9 total reps, kind of keeping within our 10 rep scheme that we're doing with all of our movements. From there, we're going to do our Spider-Man stretch. So just if you remember, we did this on the floor together, but you can do this on a bench or a raised box. I've got kind of a low one. You can make this, probably if you had it about this height would be good. This would be a little bit low for you. But anyways, the Spider-Man stretch is where we want to get this inside adductor. There also might be other areas that you'll feel the stretch as well. So I'm going to come down, extending that back leg. If I was on the floor, the knee can touch the floor. I'm going to try to bring this elbow down to the box. You might not be able to do that. You might end up only bringing your elbow halfway down. That's okay. So from there, you're going to spend 1 minute just really trying to get deep into that pose. 1 minute. If you get out of it and have to shake it out, that's totally fine. If you only accumulated 20 seconds though, you're going to need to do 2 more sets of 20 seconds to get your full minute in. So then switch legs. So here, remember, I bring that foot back. I'm going to try sinking it down. Bring this elbow to the box right where your heel is. And again, hold that for a minute, right? If I have to get out of it, shake it out, it's totally fine. Just shake those legs, get back in, accumulate 1 minute. So that's called Spider-Man stretch. Next, we're going to do sit and stand. So of course, these are just modified squats. So finding the same object that you did your Spider-Man stretch on, or maybe even a shorter, like a bench that you've got around. I want those arms to be in front of you, so facing the palms up. Sit back to the box. Notice I'm kind of bowing forward, and then spread your knees out as you sit, and then back up. You can also see that my knees are staying spread out. And what I want you to avoid is having the knees cave in like this. We want to keep them out. Avoid having this shoulders drag. Notice my back would round a little bit. We want to have a flat back, standing up, doing 10 squats. So next is going to be arm circles. I'm going to have those arms in a T shape. So we don't want to droop them like this or down here. We're going to do 10 little circles forward. And then you'll do 10 little circles backward. And then if you feel a burn, you got to keep moving, because that's kind of the point. Arm circles are actually not just for stretching, but you're going to feel strengthening in your arms. So we'll also go for 10 big ones backward and 10 big ones forward. It doesn't really matter which order you do them in. I just want you to get all 4 of those in. So the last station is going to be with the bands. So remember, we have these skinny bands that are in the corner in the room. So have those arms extended about shoulder width. You can see that I'm not using the whole band. My palms are going to face up. Notice my arms are at shoulder height. So I want to think about keeping my arms straight as I pull out. So if this gets really tough, people tend to bend their elbows and keep this low and droopy. Don't let that happen. Pull out and then in. We're going to do this for 10 times. This is designed to burn your shoulders. So just make sure that you don't just like stop at 4, because it gets hard. You can shake out your arms, stop, and then get back in so that you do all 10. Another good one to do would have a wide grip. And when you go overhead, shrug your arms. And if you get stuck here and you feel a good stretch, that's fine. Stop there, go forward. But if you feel really good about it, we can keep going back all the way to our buns and then come back up. So we'll do those for 10. If your arms are bending, then that's a bad sign, right? You can hurt your shoulders. So shrug, shrug, shrug until you can't anymore, and then come back forward. All right? So that's your warm up. You're doing 10 of each, except for the bend and reach. You're doing 9 of the bends, just because there's 3 positions. So I hope that helps you. And this is what I want you to do every single time you go to the gym for a full body warm up.